AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 2 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt!
Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Music. And Mr. Toby Tomplake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. We'll head to New York City. Ryan Field covers the Giants. He'll be here in 15 minutes from right now. Ross Jackson in 1 hour. Jake Crane next hour with us as well. We're glad to have you hanging out here on this Hump Day edition of AFR. As I open the show in a very cranky mood, I apologize for that. I don't actually. Maybe for my delivery, but not for the general sentiments. I believe everything that I said. I absolutely, fundamentally believe. But figured we could actually take some time and dive into what Brian Kelly said here on the SEC Coaches Teleconference today about Garrett Nussmeier, about the team moving forward through this bye week. I think most notably Wednesday when Brian Kelly was on the SEC Coaches Teleconference, of course, is that he was asked a question about the rumor going around, completely unfounded, unsubstantiated, not reported by anyone credible, about Garrett Nussmeier, which is a stupid rumor about a torn oblique and needing surgery. Well, Brian Kelly was on the teleconference and effectively debunked that.
That's misinformation. Those are not based on any facts. They're quite silly, actually. And I know you have to ask the question because people want to know, but this is misinformation. Yeah, early on, he had an ab strain, not a core injury in terms of what a core injury that we deal with. And it's been slow to heal. But as I had mentioned, he's on the backside of that. And he's getting rest this week. And he'll be the Garrett Nussmeier that he needs to be as we get into the very difficult part of our schedule.
I want to remind you, as we go back, Brian Kelly first disclosed the torso injury with Nussmeier the Monday after the Florida game. This was 3 weeks ago. This is what Brian Kelly said then.
I'll be honest, and I wasn't going to get into this, but with you guys, I will. You know, he's been slowed a little bit with a torso injury, and he's fighting through it, and he's getting better, and he's not going to be able to really shut it down until we get to the bye week. And I'm not saying that has had any of his troubles. I think he is a symptom of what I just answered from Wilson in that, you know, we're not ripping it, you know, on fourth down. You know, we're taking some plays away from him as well. And he's done a really good job. I think he managed the run game as well as he has all year. We got to let him get the ball out to the playmakers. That would be more of what has to happen. And then we've got to keep him healthy.
The phrase I used that day, I'll use again, is that correlation does not always equal causation. The fact that Nuss has the limiting torso, whatever, I do not believe is the reason why LSU's offense has slowed. I know a lot of you don't believe that. I don't know what more I can say. But what's very apparent is LSU is unable and or unwilling to run the football, even against three-man fronts. That's making it more complicated, more difficult to throw when they drop 8. As Ole Miss did, Brian Kelly said yesterday, 85 to 90% of the snaps they saw defensively from Ole Miss were drop 8. So if you have a quarterback, I don't care how seasoned or veteran, Sean Salisbury was here yesterday, talked about it, you're going against drop 8 on 85 to 90% of the snaps, means you do not have open receivers, you do not have clear throwing lanes, and then you do not have a running game to complement it. Torso, no torso, whatever, like that's complicating your ability to play effective offense and complementary football for the defense. If you go back and look, and I did this morning, at LSU's play chart, the play-by-play from Saturday against Ole Miss, there were 2 times the entire game, 2, when LSU handed the ball to a running back on consecutive plays. Happened twice the entire game. Like, that's unfathomable that you wouldn't run the ball on 2 plays consecutively, but twice in an entire football game. I mean, just think about how insane that sounds. Just the complete lack of commitment to running the football, even trying to run the football. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. You want to go through it? Go through the whole game. Look at LSU's first possession. Incompletion, 4-yard run, incompletion. Second possession, they went pass, 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 run, pass for a touchdown. Third possession, pass, run, pass, run, after a penalty, punt. Then they went pass, pass, run. Again, you're now into the second quarter. They have not had consecutive running plays at any point. Pass, run, pass, pass, punt. And then end of the half was the kneel down. To start the second half, pass, run, sack, incompletion. So pass, pass, punt. Run, pass, run, pass, run, run. That was the Harlem Berry back-to-back runs. Then they went pass. And then the only other time, then they went run, pass, 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 field goal. And then on the final possession, they went run, pass, 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 run, pass, 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 run, pass, pass, run for the touchdown. Twice the entire game. That was LSU. That was every offensive play. That was boring, I understand. That was every offensive play LSU ran. Twice the entire game did they run the ball in consecutive plays. Like, okay, Garrett, I'll indulge you. Garrett Nussmeier's torso is awful. Terrible condition, can't throw. Then why in that game did you run the ball on consecutive plays only 2 times the entire game? I don't believe the reason LSU's offense stinks is because of Garrett Nussmeier being limited. I think every player that's played football ever deals with some limiting injury. You just can't, it's too physical of a game. Braylon Moore's dealing with a high ankle sprain. Caden Durham's dealing with a high ankle sprain. Trey'Dez Green's coming back from a knee injury. Aaron Anderson's going to play the rest of the season with a bum elbow. West Weeks is dealing with a calf strain. Like, nobody is ever 100% ever. But you go play. You play through the pain, through the injury, whatever it is. So, Brian Kelly was then asked what this bye week is going to look like for Garrett Nussmeier, who, remember, after the Florida game, he said that they wouldn't be able to really shut him down until the bye week. Well, now the bye week's here.
Yeah, a lot of mental work this week, in terms of film study, looking at the things that he's done during the year. So just doing a really deep dive in, offense, in particular, the things that he can control within the game that he wants to get better at. He was really good on Saturday in the run game checks and getting the ball out when we didn't have fair numbers. We want to build on that. And then we want to build on, obviously his consistency in terms of, the pocket. And he's great to work with because, he wants to do all those things on VR. We can get him on VR. There's a number of different ways for us to build on what he needs to do on a play-to-play basis without having him out there throwing the ball 100 times.
So they're not shutting him down completely, but not throwing the ball, not putting the stress on the torso, the whatever, the arm, let him rest, go through the VR. Jaden Daniels made this sort of famous whenever they did the feature on Jaden Daniels, simulating games with the VR simulator, which is a really cool room, by the way, in Football Alps, if you ever get a chance to walk through. Yes, you can get those mental reps here while his body continues to heal. And Kelly also was asked about how they've treated and rehabbed this whatever you want to call it, torso, ab, strength, whatever it is, since fall camp.
Our training staff and physicians have treated him with medication, and that's been part of the procedures and protocol. But we knew coming to this bye week that this was going to be the time for us not to be pushing him. This is where he could really, truly be, the best version of himself. So, I think our training staff's done a great job. And again, I think you're going to see the best football as we move forward from Garrett Nussmeier.
When they come out of the bye, whether Garrett Nussmeier spent 2 weeks sitting on the couch getting PRP shots and stem cells and eating Cheetos and watching VR and doing nothing else, that is only going to make this offense better if they commit to running the football. So, yeah, I want to see the healthiest Garrett can be. It's a great time for the bye for everybody. It's why any open date bye week is beneficial. You allow guys to rest and get healthy from the grind of a season. But what is more important than that for LSU right now is figuring out a way to run the football and committing to do it. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's helping you cover the spread, not the point spread, your tailgate spread. Of course, no game for the Tigers this weekend, but the Saints are back at the Dome. A great chance to get a win as well. You're going to be tailgating? Get on by Rouse's. They'll help you do it. 65 years in business over at Rouse's, and man, they just keep chugging along. 70 locations from Lake Charles to Orange Beach, points in between. If you're going to be at the Dome this weekend, Rouse's can help you get set up for everything you need for your tailgate, from the beers to the bourbon, the wine, the adult beverages, plenty of Evermore as well if you want to drink that. Your bottled water, your drinks for the kids, your tailgate trays, your party platters. They'll help you cover the spread over at Rouse's. And right now, Pumpkin Palooza. How about fresh pumpkin pie, 2 for $6? Pumpkin d'auberge cake, $14.99. Baby pumpkin paint activity kit for $7.99. You can check it all out over at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home. Oh, they got pumpkin Pop-Tarts as well. You ever had pumpkin Pop-Tarts, Muse? Paulie, you like pumpkin Pop-Tarts?
I have not. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin, so I don't know if I'd like it.
Muse is not an American. Paulie, you? Pumpkin Pop-Tarts?
I've never had it, but I would try it.
Yeah, I know. Do you like a pumpkin pie?
I'll do a pumpkin pie.
Yeah? Yeah, Paul's an American. Muse, not an American. Okay. It's AFR. We'll talk to the airport next on AFR.
AFR.
If you're thinking of buying a home, first, you probably got to sell your home. Before you can sell your home, you have to know what your home is worth. Well, how do you do that? Well, this is the best way to do it. Go to agent225.com, agent225.com, agent225.com. That's Darren James's website, newly redesigned, reimagined, and with the super helpful home value tool on the website. And this is totally free, by the way. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just go to agent225.com, hit the home value tool. It's at the bottom of the home page, or if you're on mobile, just scroll, you'll see it, the home value tool. All you do is type in your address. It's that simple. And they will use local market data to get you an accurate price for your home. Want to sell your home? You got to know how much it's worth. Well, that's how you find out at agent225.com. And then when it's time to sell your home, hire the best. Call Darren James and get your home sold.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Who dat say they're gonna beat them Saints? Let's head behind enemy lines to preview this week's matchup.
Saints Giants. Feels like we keep doing this every year. Ryan Field, a.k.a. The Airport, from ABC 7 in New York, good enough to join us here for a couple of minutes. Ryan, how are you, man? Thanks for the time.
Hey, man, happy to do it. You're right. I think we're 2 years running, and the way this is going, it could be 5-6 years running by the time this is all said and done.
I know, man. When you keep finishing last in the division, it might work out that way.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And if you didn't get the reference, the airport in Baton Rouge is known as Ryan Field, which is why
also the home of Northwestern football.
Yes, it is. It is the home. But that would be there is a Ryan Field updates Twitter account from like the Northwestern football account. But I don't think people here in Baton Rouge and Louisiana are really super locked into what the stadium at Northwestern.
I would have been impressed had they known that. Let's say that.
Look, I knew, and there's no doubt people who do. Like undeniably, there are people who do. Let's just go. The mass appeal though might be the airport, and I just like calling you the airport. It feels like a good nickname.
You know what? I'm with it.
Yeah, we're talking to the airport. So okay, Jackson Dart gets a win. I would imagine vibes exceptionally high considering. What's the finger on the pulse like in the city right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, people are really excited about Jackson Dart, and all you had to do was listen to Russell Wilson's last game at MetLife when the fans were calling for him for basically the majority of the second half. That's really no knock on Russell Wilson as much as it is they know what Russell Wilson is capable of at this point in his career and what he's not capable of. And it was a matter of it's time to, start for the future, start building for the future and inject some life into this franchise that has definitely been lifeless for the better part of the last several seasons. So Dart showed some flair in the preseason, and you kind of saw glimpses of what he was capable of. And then he comes in and leads them to a nice upset win over the unbeaten Chargers. Obviously, it came with a big asterisk with Neighbors getting hurt and now lost for the season. You kind of hear Giants fans with this is why we can't have nice things. Yeah. They finally get excited about something. They get their biggest win in the last couple of years, only to see their best player get lost for the season with a torn ACL. So you take the good with the bad, but vibes are certainly higher than they were a week ago with Russell Wilson at the helm.
Yeah, Ryan, obviously everyone here knows Malik. I mean, he prepped less than an hour from where I'm sitting right now, and everybody loved him at LSU, and we're just sick to see the injury. The way I said to my audience, though, is we could be really bummed about that, but there is a true impact on the game. The game's going to be played Sunday, and Malik Neighbors not being there is going to have a limiting effect on this offense. So make sense of that for us, if you would, Ryan. Like, how much does not having Malik there affect the Giants' offense on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, he's everything. I mean, he's their big-time target, the deep threat. I mean, when you start talking about Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson, I mean, these guys are not jumping off the page at you like Malik Neighbors is. And the Saints' defensive game plan for Jackson Dart just got exponentially less complex with Malik Neighbors not in the offense. So the Giants are going to have to try to find a way to get their run game going against behind a suspect offensive line. And when the schedule came out, I mean, the Giants have the toughest schedule in the NFL. And this was basically the one game that fans were like, we might be favored. This might be the only game we're favored to win all season. So they had already kind of had this game circled as a winnable game. But, now with the Saints coming in desperate, being 0-4 and the loss of Neighbors, it might not be the game that Giants fans thought this was going to be when the season started. And, they fully expect to have their hands full against you guys.
Is there you just talked about the offensive line, and we know Neighbors out, rookie quarterback. Is there a perceived strength on this Giants defense coming into the Dome Sunday? Offense, excuse me.
Perceived strength on the offense.
On the offense, yes, I'm sorry. Or anywhere on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically Malik Neighbors was the guy. And, Dart in his ability to kind of make something out of nothing, which we saw against the Chargers. We saw a lot of that last Sunday. I think his ability to improvise kind of shows a little more experience than a rookie, if you will. And that's one of the reasons the Giants were drawn to this kid. And he's got a little pizzazz to him as well, a little moxie, if you will. So, he's going to have to play above himself for them to win this game. But in terms of the Giants' best offensive threat, that will not be on the field on Sunday, and that's definitely advantage Saints.
He's on Twitter at Ryan Field ABC. Ryan Field from ABC7 there in New York, talking some Saints Giants. If you flip it over defensively, the 6 sacks pop, right? I mean, that just stands out with what they were able to do against the Chargers this past weekend. I don't know that I would say 6 sacks is sustainable, but is that the type of pressure that this Giants front can consistently generate?
Oh, I mean, if you ask me, they have the best defensive line in football. I mean, you talk about Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, right on down the line, and you throw in Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, these guys can get after the quarterback. And that was really their perceived strength coming into this season was, they were going to have to make up for some deficiencies in the secondary and maybe in the linebacker core as well by being able to get after the quarterback. And obviously they took advantage of Alt being hurt in the Chargers game. He left the game early with a knee, so they took advantage of them not having their left tackle and certainly racked up the 6 sacks. But I fully expect them to pin their ears back and come after Mr. Rattler on Sunday.
Is there an area on that defense the Saints might be able to attack?
Secondary for sure. I mean, they've rotated cornerbacks, and they had Drew Phillips in there. I mean, they've definitely seen some struggles in the secondary for a couple of years now, and that's kind of why they went all in on the pass rush to be like, hey, how can we kind of compensate for this weakness back there? Maybe we can overcompensate by going in this direction. So I think if I'm the Saints, I'm throwing deep balls, crossing route, anything to get into that Giants secondary is the plan of attack. And, the question is how much time is he going to have to throw the ball with that defensive line coming at him all game? So that's going to be obviously the matchup to watch on Sunday.
Ryan, what about special teams? If it comes down to a kick or a big play in the third phase, how do the Giants stack up?
Well, I mean, Graham Gano is hurt, so they had Kongwei Koo. I think that's
Younghoe Koo from the Falcons. Younghoe Koo, yeah.
Yeah, who actually is a New Jersey native, grew up not too far from MetLife.
Okay.
They brought him in, and he did okay last game. But obviously, Graham Gano not being there is they prefer to have him. So maybe if it comes down to a kick, but obviously Younghoe Koo, you guys are familiar with him being in the NFC South, so he's certainly capable of it. But, we'll see how this all plays out on Sunday.
And he has kicked in the Superdome plenty.
Yes, he has. Plenty of time.
Over his career.
Absolutely.
If there's a blueprint for Brian Daboll's squad to come to the Dome and get a win, what does it look like, Ryan?
I think Jackson Dart is going to have to throw at least 2 touchdowns. I think they're going to need at least 5 sacks from the defense. I kind of think that's how it's going to have to go. I mean, would I feel better if this game were at MetLife? Absolutely. But you come down there, a desperate team. The Giants, still kind of dealing with the emotional hangover of Neighbors being lost for the season. They said all the right things, like we just have to move on without him. Turn the page, next man up, all the cliches. But now that the game plan will be for the Saints, knowing that Neighbors isn't going to be there, and they can plan accordingly. And now Darius Slayton is being covered by your number 1 corner. As opposed to him being guarded by the number 2 corner. And it's just kind of a trickle-down effect in terms of, minimizing the Giants' weapons from a wide receiver standpoint. So I think Dart's going to have to find a way to make some plays. I think they're going to need 4 or 5 sacks. But that being said, if you said who's going to win, boy, I almost feel like the Saints win a close one, like a 24-21, 27-24 type game down there in New Orleans on Sunday.
For what it's worth, the Saints have allowed 7 sacks through 4 games. That's not a great number, but if they were to give up 5 or 6 in this game, boy, that would certainly be disappointing for a unit. That Saints have invested an awful lot draft capital in that offensive line. We'll see how it all shakes out. Ryan Field, a.k.a. The Airport. He's on Twitter at Ryan Field, ABC from ABC 7 in New York. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. Take care.
All right. I'm sure we'll talk next year. The Saints and Giants just keep finishing in last place and keep playing each other every year. We're brought to you by our friends over at Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, tell you about it every single day. Sanitization as well. Home, commercial building. Like, let's say we're getting close to like cold and flu season, right? Let's say you get a virus, it's going through the office, and you want to sanitize the entire place. Easy. Call Parish Restoration. They'll come out. They'll spray their patented non-toxic dry fog. They'll close up the doors and the windows, let it dwell, so it'll kill everything down to the spores, mold, everything, and it'll knock out all of those harmful pathogens. Of course, Garrett Nussmeier, a new NIL deal, a satisfied customer of Parish Restoration. I told you the story that Garrett and his fiance bought a home, and they had mold in the house, and so Jim Woodworth and the crew from Parish came, sprayed it, got rid of the mold, and Garrett did a testimonial for him. Great NIL deal. It's people helping people. It's a beautiful thing. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. You can always jump aboard, email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get involved in the show. We appreciate you for hanging out with us here. Muse will have Tigers in the Pros in about 15 minutes from right now. We will talk to Ross Jackson at the top of hour 3. There's an interesting sort of conversation being had about the trade deadline looming and if the Saints might be sellers at the deadline and what players might they be able to move. I'm very skeptical of this even as a possibility. Because I just don't know what assets the Saints have that other teams would want and would be willing to give up draft capital for. So we'll dive into some of that with Ross Jackson coming up in hour 3. Jake Crane will be here as well. Unfortunately, no Russ Mitchell today. Ross had something come up and had to pass today. So we'll get Russ next week, and we'll look forward to that. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Don't you move. It's AFR.
After further review.
GLO, glowresources.com. They are complete employer solutions. Glow Resources and glowresources.com. Always love telling you about Glow Resources. One thing I honestly highly recommend you do. If you want to have a meeting with Glow, go have a meeting at their office. Like, you will walk into their corporate headquarters. They did a full gut renovation of a beautiful building on Perkins Road at Quail Oak, right next to Pennington. And it is just gorgeous. And you will also understand the vibe they have, the culture they have as an organization, just from the interior decorating, the design, the decor everywhere. Like, they have an art wall where an artist came in and just did a whole bunch of random art all over the wall. It's just the vibe that they have. You can tell from their ads as well. They don't take themselves seriously, but they take what they do very seriously. And what they do is help you find the right people to make your business the most efficient it can be. So if you need permanent staffing solutions, Glow Resources can help. GLO, glowresources.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
I bet Hunt's happy. The Cubs are winning. 3-0.
No, that's.
Oh, no, they're not winning.
That's the Padres that are winning.
Padres. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Padres are winning 3-0. Hey, I bet Hunt's not happy.
No, I don't think Hunt's very happy right now.
Padres are winning 3-0.
No. Yeah, he wasn't
I do like this way better than the stupid one-game playoff. It's dumb.
Absolutely. Baseball is played in series. It should, it's always played in series, so it should always be played in series.
Yeah, you get to the postseason. Let's do something completely different. Like the end of a game. Let's not play the game. Let's just put a runner on second base.
So bad.
Or let's just play situational football from the 25-yard line with no clock and no special teams.
Let's limit the amount of times you can pick off to first base. It's another thing they've done.
Let's have a shootout or PKs to determine a winner, because that's how you do it. You don't go play the game. You just do situational drills. Why do people screw up sports so much?
I don't know. We just like to overcomplicate things.
I get rid of that. Erica asked me on Sunday night with the Packers and the Cowboys tying.
Yeah.
She goes, they can tie? I was like, yeah, like literally
they can.
In the history of forever, they can tie. They can tie. It's very stupid. Like, well, what do you do? Well, you keep playing the game. Just keep playing the game until you get a winner.
I mean, outside of soccer, that's the only sport you can tie in, I believe, is the NFL. I mean, hockey has shootouts.
What about cricket?
I have no idea. I don't know.
You know who would know?
Who?
I think you know, Muse. What's the thing I tell you to do all the time, Muse? Google it, Muse.
Google it. Google. Well, you said who? I thought you were talking about an actual person.
He means Google. Yeah, Google it. What sports can end in a tie?
You can tie in cricket.
There it is. See, Muse?
Joe Cricket.
The benefit of it's journalism. You ask questions, Muse. You ask relevant questions.
And then the NFL.
What are they?
I mean,
soccer, the NFL, and cricket.
I mean, what do we all? I mean, I don't know. You can't golf. What are some other sports that we don't know?
Muse. Google.
Well,
what sports can end in a tie? It's really easy. You do that.
We nailed it.
It's just those three?
Yeah, soccer, cricket, and the NFL.
How about me pulling cricket out of nowhere?
That's crazy.
I just threw out a random sport.
I was about to say, have you heard that somewhere before?
No, here's why I'll tell you. You know, cricket games can last for like days on end.
Yeah, which is wild.
I don't know the rules at all, I don't know how you score or anything. It's like you bounce the ball, you hit a wooden paddle.
You bowl it.
Got it.
That's what they call it.
But could bowling end in a tie? I guess so. A perfect game's a 300. What do you do? Like, what do you do if both competitors bowl a 300? What do you do there?
See, Google was wrong.
What did it say?
Bowling can end in a tie.
There you
It
go.
didn't have
Maybe
it when I.
Maybe it's saying bowling's not a sport. Which
Ooh,
it's
that's
not.
a tough scene.
But it's not a sport.
It is
it's
a
game.
sport.
It's not. It's a game. It's not a sport. There's a big difference between a game and a sport. Golf is not a sport. Golf is a game. Bowling is not a sport. It's a game. Athletes play sports. You do not have to be an athlete to bowl. You do not have to be an athlete to golf. You have to be an athlete to play basketball, football, baseball, soccer, lacrosse. Like, you have to be an athlete to do those things.
I mean, I would argue
NASCAR,
if you want to do the
NASCAR is a competition. It is not a sport.
If you want to do them like competitively at a high level, you have to have some athleticism
To do what?
to play golf, to bowl. I mean, look those guys.
Look at John
get it.
Daly. He's a giant fat guy who rips heaters on the course.
Competitively, it's changed a lot now. All those dudes are in the gym. All those dudes are athletic.
It doesn't matter. There have been dudes for 500 years playing golf and doing it really well. Like, if an 80-year-old dude can go out there and shoot even par, that's not a sport. That's a game. It's a game of skill. It is a game of skill, and it is very difficult. It is not a sport. That's the differentiator between sport and game. A sport, athletes play sports. Anybody can play a game.
Well, maybe they don't.
Anybody can swing a golf.
sport.
Anybody can swing a golf club. Why? That's what I'm saying. It's not a sport. Bowling's not a sport. Bowling is a game.
And
It's a
can
game.
end in a tie.
It's a game of skill. A shuffleboard is a game, just like bowling is a game. Just like golf is a game. It's not a sport.
I'd consider golf a sport.
Because you like golf, and so do I.
I don't like bowling, but I mean,
it doesn't matter. You like golf, and so do I, but golf is not a sport because you this is the way I would say it. You can be an athlete and play golf, but you don't have to be an athlete to play golf. You just have to have some hand-eye. And you don't have to be athletic to have hand-eye coordination.
Sudden death roll off.
What is roll off?
I don't know.
Is that bowling?
That's what they call it, man.
Oh, so
they have tie breaking. That's what I'm reading.
Okay.
They have tie breaking procedures.
Get Kent Lowe on the phone.
Dude, he would know.
But is that not a great case in point?
Hey,
I love the doctor, but no one is going to look at Kent Lowe and go, athlete. But he's a hell of a bowler.
He's a great bowler.
That's my point.
Probably the best bowler I've ever met.
You ever met Michelle Southern, by the way?
I have. I didn't know Michelle was a bowler, though.
Wow.
Well, it's never been brought up. Really?
I mean, we did a bowling thing down at the place down the street a couple years back. She like broke out her own bowling ball and her own shoes, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Hey, she's up there just ripping strikes, and everyone's like,
"Excuse
what?
me?
Yeah, right." That's our operations manager, by the way. Afternoon Drive on Eagle 98.1, Michelle Southern.
We need to get a Michelle Southern Kent Lowe bowling match.
You should talk to my neighbor, the golf.
Sell it.
You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant. Probably a great golfer. Don't say it.
I'm not. I wanted to so bad. That's when you were making the point about golf not being a sport. That's what you should have went with. It requires goofy pants, and that would have been it. Oh, missed opportunity.
And a huge ass. That's Happy Gilmore, for those that don't know. The first one, not the second one. All right. It's after further review. What were we going to talk? Oh, the Saints injury report.
It's out.
What was the other thing we were going to do?
I don't remember.
I mean, I had it, Muse. I had it.
I don't even know how we got on the subject of ties.
We were talking about the end of games being stupid and all the baseball, putting a runner on second base, and then it just went stream of consciousness there. Let me remind you about First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. It could be for anything. Land to build your family's dream home, land for that recreational property, maybe an investment property as well, or like Macy Rushing and her husband, they're first-generation cattle farmers. They bought land. They financed through First South Farm Credit for their cattle ranch. And she's had such an incredible experience, even how First South Farm Credit goes to great lengths to save them money.
Our loan officer took the liberty. We talked about like when rates dropped to like, please let us know we would like to refinance because when we closed, it was obviously high. And he took the liberty to when it dropped, he did it himself. And he was like, hey, I saved y'all this much money. We were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Not many banks go out of their way and take time out of their day to save you money.
They do it First South Farm Credit. Your first call, if you're thinking of buying land, should be what Macy Rushing and her husband did. First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com. That's firstsouthland.com for First South Farm Credit. Firstsouthland.com. The Saints-Giants injury report is out. This is the first, obviously, injury report of game week for the Saints and the Giants. Sunday in the Dome. And obviously, of note, we were keeping an eye on Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill, both back at practice. However, both officially listed as limited participants. I don't think that's any great surprise. I think it's what we had anticipated. Morrow, Hill, and defensive tackle John Ridgeway are all opening up their 21-day practice window coming off of PUP. So this is a pretty extensive injury list. I'll run through it quickly, though. Here's your DNPs. Did not practice. Did not participate. Juwan Johnson, ankle injury. Trevor Penning with an ankle. He had a toe. Now he's got an ankle. Doesn't have the toe anymore.
Toe's gone, yeah.
The toe's gone.
Toe's gone.
But now he's got the ankle.
Now the ankle's here.
And so does Juwan Johnson.
Yeah.
He's got an ankle.
He's got an ankle.
Johnson and Penning have an ankle. Not one ankle. They each have an ankle.
Each.
So 2 ankles, 1 each.
It's their own ankle. They're not sharing. But they each have an ankle.
Correct. Now, Dylan Radins, he did not practice. He's got a toe.
Still has the toe.
Still's got the toe. And I tell you what, Cesar Ruiz, he was a DNP with an ankle of his own.
Oh, Lord.
3 ankles.
It was the toes with everyone on the Saints.
I know. Now it's the ankles.
Now it's the ankles.
Juwan Johnson, Trevor Penning, Cesar Ruiz, ankles. And I got news for you.
They're working their way up.
Now, those were all DNPs along. Chase Young also did not practice, which, by the way, this is just starting to make me angry now.
Yeah.
Like, to miss this badly, the fact that he has not even been on the practice field and you're going into week 5, that's a whiff. That's an awful whiff. Anyway, Trey Palmer, former LSU Tiger, former Auburn Tiger, former Nebraska Cornhusker.
Oh, yeah,
Trey Palmer. He was limited today with an ankle.
Oh, Lord.
How about that? Juwan Johnson, Trevor Penning, Cesar Ruiz, Trey Palmer, they all got an ankle. Dylan Radin's got a toe. Chase Young's got a calf. Justin Reed's got a knee. Taysom Hill's got a knee. Foster Morrow's got a knee. Just knees.
Got the whole leg covered.
Ankles,
man.
Knees, and toes.
Yeah, we got the whole thing. Just need someone's got to have a thigh.
We got a shoulder. John Ridgeway with the shoulder.
The shoulder.
Anybody got a head? We got head, shoulder, knees, and toes, and ankles. We just need heads here.
No one's got a head.
Nobody's got a head.
No.
Now, if someone had a concussion, they could list it as a head.
They could.
And then we'd have head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
We would.
And ankles. And a calf. And Isaac Adam has a hamstring.
Look at that. We really do have the entire leg. Look at the whole leg.
The whole leg. All of it. The entirety of the leg. That's a long injury list.
It is.
That's unfortunate. Giants have a pretty lengthy injury list of their own. Dexter Lawrence, Tyler Nubin, Tyrone Tracy, Greg Van Roten, all DNPs. Limited, Dane Belton, DJ Davidson, Chauncey Golston, Javon Holland, John Michael Schmitz, Rakeem Nunez-Rooks, Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, Russell Wilson. They were all full participants, however. Dart's got a hamstring. Scadaboo's got a knee. Russ has an ankle.
Another ankle.
But no toes.
No toes.
They got ankles.
They protect the toes.
There's a couple on there with a foot.
Yeah. Oh, so that could be a toe.
But not the toe of the foot.
Not the toe of the foot.
The toe isn't the foot. The foot isn't the toe.
It's part
They're
of
different.
the foot, yeah.
It's attached to, but not part of. A toe is a toe.
A toe is a toe.
A foot is a foot. There's a toe epidemic going around out here.
I was trying to come up with a Nate Bargatze Washington thing there. A toe is a toe, a foot is a foot. You know, what about thumbs? Not
exactly.
I couldn't do it.
Nobody knows. All right, it's after further review. We'll talk to Ross Jackson in about 15 minutes, have him make sense of the injury report. I do want to talk about these rumors of the Saints maybe being active at the trade deadline. We'll get to that with Ross. Jake Crane in 30 minutes from right now. Glad you're hanging out on a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com.
After further review.
Got a text just a bit ago I love these great synergies. My buddy Rooney from Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, he sent me a photo. Picture inside of his truck with a pallet of flowers from Clegg's. And he's got a bottle of Evermore in his cup holder. How about my guy?
3 for 3.
People helping people. It wasn't a Volkswagen, though. It was a truck. But I understand. You want a truck? Volkswagen doesn't make a truck. Anyway, Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. Tell you all the time, man, bypass the big box store. Don't go to the big orange or blue box store. Support a great local business that's been in our community for 6 decades. Supporting local people, local homeowners, local business owners, employing your friends and neighbors. It's Clegg's Nursery. Get by any of the 4 locations. Buy local, shop local. Be sure to tell them Matt sent you in when you go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Always appreciate our friends over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Yeah, they do ED treatments. It's part of what they do. It's just a small part of what they do, however. Hormone replacement therapy and tons of other non-pharmaceutical options to help with so many different ailments. Maybe you're dealing with chronic back pain. Like there's something I take it's now Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm on my 3rd cycle. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for my chronic back pain. I feel amazing. I haven't taken Advil in probably 2 months when I used to take Advil every day. People with gut issues, anxiety, so many different things that you could be dealing with. They have non-pharmaceutical options. Lowest prices, never any contracts. It's worth the conversation. What if you uncover something that will change the way you feel for the rest of your life? yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. They're right there on Drusilla in Baton Rouge and online at yourgoodwood.com. Muso Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, we have our Jaden Daniels update. Here's the Commanders are back on the practice field. It's a really good one. You'll recall Jaden Daniels has been dealing with a sprained knee. Dan Quinn, head coach of the Commanders, announced on Wednesday that Daniels will be a full participant in practice as they return to the field. Great news. Yep. You'll remember he was limited last week, also missed the game, his 2nd consecutive, as he was not cleared by the doctors. He is now cleared, and Jaden Daniels himself after practice said, quote, I plan on going out there Sunday. So that's great to see. They face the Chargers in L.A. on Sunday.
I have Tigers in the pros.
Okay, what you got?
There's Ben McDonald right there on the call.
Oh, in Chicago.
How about that?
Shout out, Ben. Big Ben.
Tiger.
In the pros. Really good at his job, too. Really, really good at his job. Alex Bregman.
Callahan!
No.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
No, he did. He did not.
Yep.
He did not go there.
Yep.
He is from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Claiming him.
Bookend hits
Drafted
for
him.
Bregman last night in the Bronx. Singled in the 1st inning, a little opposite field shot, was stranded. Then the big blow in the 9th inning, a double to push across a huge insurance run for Boston, gave them their final cushion of 3-1. So 2 for 4, an RBI. He also drew a walk in there as well.
It wasn't a huge blow.
Another. You're
matter.
right. That was Mike Stanton.
It didn't matter.
That was the huge blow.
Oh,
Quick,
Mike.
just saw this actually on LSU Baseball's Twitter. We'll hear that tomorrow. Just saw this on LSU Baseball's Twitter.
Still having me on, huh?
Since that was so good. That was really well done
That
by
was
Mike.
Mike Triplett last week when we introduced him said, still having me on. Huh?
Mike gets them in there every now and then, man, and they're so good. Yeah. Since 2022, so the start of Jay Johnson's tenure, since 2022, 36 Tigers have received $60 million in signing bonuses. How about that?
Good. That's really good.
That plays into our whole thing. They still bleed purple and gold. And boy, are they really rich now.
Really rich now.
That's Tigers in the pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Because they're buying for 10 stores, they can buy at better prices because they're buying diamonds out of India for 10 stores at a higher volume, so they get better prices. So you're going to get the Lee Michaels experience, whether you're spending $1,000, $100,000, whatever it may be. That's what they specialize in, is making you feel like what you are purchasing is something special, because it is, especially when you're going to buy that diamond ring, that diamond that's going to be your expression of love to her for your life, that hopefully you'll pass down to generations of your family. They understand that at Lee Michaels. It's why they've perfected that. They've been here for 40 years. It's a personal experience. Don't be nervous. A family member inspects every single diamond before it ever goes in the case. They are approachable. They can find you something at whatever price point. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right. We're going to knock out top of the hour. Get you caught up on national headlines from SportsCenter. Ross Jackson will be here coming up. Go through the extensive Saints injury report. Also, could some Saints be on the trade block at the trade deadline? We'll dive into that with Ross. Jake Crane's with us 20 minutes from right now. Hour number 3 of AFR. Straight ahead.
AFR.
This Saturday, open date for LSU, but it's Federalis Fest presented by the Williamson Eye Center. So if you love live music, Americana, that's Federalis Fest. You can get tickets, find out more at federalisfest.com, presented by the Williamson Eye Center. So with an open date, if you're looking to get out, do something, enjoy the weather, have some fun, join Dr. Blake Williams and the whole crew from the Williamson Eye Center as the title sponsor of Federalis Fest in Baton Rouge. Again, you get your tickets at federalisfest.com, federalisfest.com. And, as I love to tell you every single day, if you want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever, the Williamson Eye Center has a solution. Just call 924-2020, 924-2020. Schedule that consultation. Nearsighted, farsighted, maybe you had LASIK years ago and other parts of your eye is starting to age now. The Williamson Eye Center has a solution. Call 924-2020 or log on to williamsoneye.com.